It's Fans Corner. Welcome to it, and thank you for making time for our video. Nedbank Cup semi-finals, the first semi-final between Chipa United against Orlando Pirates down at Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium. What an amazing atmosphere. Before we go into the game, let us first send a shout out to the people at Nelson Mandela Bay and the surrounding area for making it such an amazing sight. You know, when you see a stadium packed the way that stadium was packed in a South African local game, you get excited because it reminds us of the glory days of when the PSL games in general used to pack up stadiums regardless of who was playing. I was very excited to see the attendance there, but Chipa United generally, the people down there at Nelson Mandela Bay, they have that habit about them of attending these so-called high-profile games. You know, regardless of how the opponent team is playing, they tend to come out in numbers to support whoever they support there. What an amazing atmosphere, and what an amazing sight to see. And it also helps that Orlando Pirates are doing well at the moment. You know, when one of these teams are doing well, they always get these kinds of support whenever they go out to those kinds of cities where there isn't much football happening. Now, getting into the game, I mean, Jose Riveiro has turned this Orlando Pirates into a different team altogether. You know, they've become what we call cup specialists, you know, in football language. What an amazing team they have become. But I have to say, you know, one of my biggest worries looking at them is, where was this Pirates all this time, all season long? Where was this competitive Orlando Pirates? Because they would have made the PSL quite competitive and exciting had they started the season this way, and had they maintained that kind of performance, you know, because this is what we want to see. I mean, it's boring having to watch a one-horse race every season. So I guess Pirates becomes a hope for those of us or football lovers who want to see competitive league title contention in the PSL. We're very excited about that, and especially going into the new season, since this one has already been wrapped up by Mamelodi Sundowns in terms of the PSL. Now, one of the things that I looked at the Pirates when they were 2-0 up, and I thought to myself, there was a little bit of arrogance about them. Of course, they've got swag about them, this Pirates team. They are quite good on their feet. So at 2-0 down, you know, in football, 2-0 is quite a dangerous score. I felt like they could have gone. There was a time where they should have gone for the kill at 2-0, but they tend to push the ball around a bit, and as if the game was already finished against another opponent, or a strong, decent opponent. It becomes challenging to do that. You know, Chipa United got one back, you know, against another team playing at home. They could come back and equalize and force the game into extra time or penalties or anything of that sort. So I think perhaps that's one of the side of the Pirates team which still needs a little bit of polishing. I think Jose Riveiro should also pay attention to those kinds of things. Okay. Of course, they've won. Credit must be given to them. An amazing results for them. In the past 10 games, I think they've won 8 of the past 10 games in all competitions, losing 1 and drawing 1. It's a great way of finishing the season, and I'd really like to see these Pirates going through in the next season with the same momentum and the same form. It would be very interesting. It would also benefit the PSL, and would see also stadiums packed the way the stadium down there was packed. It would be really nice to see something like that. But I'd really like to see a decent final as well in the Nedbank Cup. But it doesn't matter. I think at this point it doesn't really matter who goes to the finals with Pirates. I mean, between Stellenbosch and Sundowns. Of course, some of you, by the time you watch this game, the Sundowns Stellenbosch game would have already passed, and would know who's going to the finals with Pirates. But I don't think it matters, because between the Stellenbosch and Sundowns game, both teams are quite decent opponents, you know, so it would make a very interesting final between Pirates and whoever wins between Stellenbosch and Sundowns. It's going to be an amazing final. I really hope that these Pirates keeps this kind of form going into the new season, and other 2-3 teams join in and compete. You know, it will be very. It's been a while since we've seen a very competitive PSL. We see these teams competing for the second spot. It's really boring, honestly speaking. So it would be nice to see a team competing for the title next season. But shout out to Jose Riveiro for really turning around this Orlando Pirates team into some serious cup contenders. Yet another final. You know, as a Kaizer Chiefs fan, it hurts to congratulate these teams all the time, but as a football fan, it's nice to see it happening. Let us know what you think on the comments section as well. What is your view, and how do you feel about these Pirates, the way they are doing their business towards the end of the season? Okay, it's Fans Corner. Thank you so much for watching.